Christmas first.
Yo, and we still don't have. Hold on. Yo, all right, there we go. Now it's on.
Okay.
What's up, everybody?
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry
Sorry, we
Christmas.
tried doing like 3 different live streams now, and none of them wanted to work at first.
Yeah, the technology is such a pain in the
Rear.
rear. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up?
How was your Christmas so far, Eric?
Mine's going pretty well. You
Well,
know,
we had nothing better to do today.
Yeah.
Other than do a podcast.
Yeah, why not, dude? I'm not doing anything
or
till
at least
later.
I don't have anything better to do for another like 2.5 hours
Yeah,
or so.
same. I mean, I like to be home by like.
Why not do a podcast?
Yeah, Christmas Day podcast. Like, come on.
Oh yeah,
That's
it's a Christmas Day special. We're gonna call it that.
Yeah, facts.
I'm sorry that we had to change the name from Bro Science. I found out that it could be a potential copyright problem in the future. It's still saying that the resolution's off.
It's live though.
Yeah, I see it live.
It's fine. It works. So
okay, fine. Whatever.
It's gonna say something stupid.
Okay, whatever. But yeah, I think it's fun. I mean, we all know that friends are the family that you choose, and why not spend Christmas with some family?
Facts, yo. Yeah, you don't always gotta like I don't know, like I always, like you said, I look at my friends as family too. And
Yeah.
I don't think like why do you have to just sit around and like, okay, yeah, spend Christmas with your family, but like also okay, I'm gonna sit in my house like and just hang out, like come out and do something.
Yeah, I mean, like your friends you have more in common with than most of your family.
Yeah, facts.
I mean, it's not that you don't love them. It's just that it's just not as exciting to be around.
You're friends with like the people you are because of what you have in common.
Yeah,
that's why you're friends with them.
Yeah, I mean, if Tom Wolf ever lets us see our family again.
Yeah, facts, dude. So drawn. It'd be nice to like. Yeah, I'd like to get back to my normal life. You know, not wearing a mask anymore. And
yeah, the masks are so effective.
I know, right?
But they're only really effective if they go through a commercial washing and drying machine that reaches I think it's like a 140 temperature in order to actually sanitize it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because normal washing machines don't sanitize masks good, like cotton masks, like most people wear, like the ones you wear or what I wear. Pretty sure mine's cotton. But they just don't reach proper temperature unless they're a commercial grade one.
Right.
So
yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Then it's all a bunch of baloney.
Yeah.
It's all a scam. At this point.
I quote Upchurch.
Of course you do.
I've been in rooms with millionaires while they talk that baloney.
Facts.
But yeah, I can't believe because Tom Wolf got corona, right?
Yeah, facts.
And then that means that restaurants have to shut down because that makes sense. I didn't get it at a restaurant, but you can't have a business. You can't earn your livelihood. You can't employ people, which is not the government's job.
Right.
Government can't be daddy. Daddy gets to tell you what to do. Government doesn't get to be daddy.
Right.
This is the problem. You have this bloated bureaucratic system, and it just sucks. That's the biggest problem. And people, well, you're going to endanger people. Well, that's what freedom is. It's called dangerous freedom.
Right.
Just because something's dangerous doesn't mean it's bad. There's lots of things that are dangerous that are really good. Like, you like to drive a car. More like your cars are dangerous. People die on the road every single day.
Right, yeah, exactly, dude.
It's called dangerous freedom.
Right, yeah. I mean, that's a perfect example. You know, there's obviously car crashes every day, like somewhere in the world, somewhere in the country. There's probably one happening right now.
Which would you rather happen? Your entire family get COVID or your entire family get into a car accident?
COVID.
Yeah.
Because it's actually like, you probably have a better chance, depending on your age, you probably have a better chance of surviving, depending on like their age. Then
that's just going to be across the board just because your immune system's stronger. But like kids our age or younger, well, kids.
Yeah.
People our age or younger, they're the ones that have the least problem with it. But then they have to wear masks in school, which is not good for the kids. Like kids already are dealing with enough
You know what's
stuff.
really BS is like having like when I go to the gym, like you have to wear a mask at the gym, and they literally yell at you if it's not on your nose. I almost got kicked out of the gym a few weeks ago because they had to keep asking me to pull my mask up. I'm like, dude, like I'm standing here on the elliptical. I just did 2 miles on the elliptical, and I can
I'm
barely breathe.
I'm
Like,
more surprised that you went to the gym than that you're wearing a mask in the gym.
really? I've been going to the gym lately, except now.
Oh yeah, 'cause you're a girl. Yeah.
Well, that and I got my membership, and I did actually want to start going back too. But yeah, we go
Yeah.
together.
Well, I know that there's a certain amount. There's certain trainers they actually before COVID they would wear masks while they're training because it's a limited amount of oxygen. So it's kind of like what they do in Colorado where
Right,
people will
where
go train there because you get a lower oxygen level and then people for like a week you've like adapted to it.
Right.
So that way your body's actually using stronger, but then it goes away after a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
But no, it's just so hard, so hard at least for me to breathe because my lungs aren't trained like that, stuff like that. And then
yeah. Well, you have to get used to it. I mean,
if you pull your mask down for 2 seconds, they see your mask down, they yell at you. I'm like, come on,
yeah.
like we're at the gym, it's
Yeah.
not like you're sitting in a room, like you're at the gym working out.
Yeah. Well, the problem with that gym is because you're breathing heavy. That's what they would say that would be the problem because the particles of air can move faster, and then plus there's other bacteria in there from your
Yeah.
sweating and all.
True,
all that
but,
stuff. So that's probably the reason why they want you to. But even then, I mean,
it's
like,
still like it's a bunch of I don't know. It's bogus,
yeah,
really is.
I just don't understand why Tom Wolfe thinks it's okay to lock everything down. Like that's not your job. Like
I mean,
it's not
whose job is it then?
the people's. It's the responsibility of the people. It's not the job of the government to tell you what to do. It's your job to choose what you want to do. Now you endanger every single person whenever you drive on the road.
Facts, yeah, facts.
You know who especially endangers people when they drive on the road? Colin.
I was gonna say something else, but I want to keep my mouth shut.
What were you gonna say?
I'll tell you later.
He's probably talking to you, ladies. I thought about making that joke. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Really?
But yes, just 'cause it was funny. But you endanger people every time you go on the road. But people are fine with that risk. That risk is fine. To you.
Oh yeah, that
because,
risk is
but
fine.
because you're used to that risk, you don't mind having that risk. You don't mind walking the street because you're used to that risk.
Right.
But all of a sudden, a bad flu, everyone's done. Nope.
Exactly.
Done.
Yeah, no, that's actually facts. Like I never actually thought about it like that, but no, yeah, what is the difference? You know what I mean? Like what's
You endanger
different?
everyone every single day. Whether that be through driving or me just walking.
Yeah, you walking.
Yeah. Just accidentally could plow over like a 3-year-old because I can't see them.
Facts. I've almost done that a few times.
I almost did that last night at church.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude,
I almost ran over one of the little kids at church. I felt so bad, and I just barely got able to. I basically could step around them like quickly, just because I mean they're tiny and I'm
yeah, I am as
tall.
like when I'm around my little cousins and stuff, and they're like, I'm like doing something, and like I move, and they're standing like right next to me, like right at my like, hip. I'm like, dude, like move.
Well, you don't like kids.
Facts.
Like
Yo,
that's a different thing.
I gotta see them tonight, dude. I'm not happy about it.
I don't know if I would have said that on here.
They're not watching.
Okay, well, that's good. You should tell them about it so we can get the views up.
Yeah.
But I mean, Christmas is a lot about family, but then Telmo says you can't go see your family, which I hate. Like that's
Yeah, that is a bunch of crap. Like, wait till New
and
Year's.
and then they right before Christmas, people they stop doing dine-in places. I'm so happy that there's a lot of places that are
There is
still
a
open.
lot of places. Like literally the Saturday that it shut down, Colin and I went to the energy station, and they were packed.
Yeah, because people actually respect it when you
Right.
like.
They got a lot of hate on their like the Instagram post though, because they posted it because the night that we went out to dinner, that's what Calvin was talking about. That the energy station was pretty much like blanket, like I'm going, like we're opening.
Yeah.
Well, I read the comments on that post on the Instagram, and dude, there was so much hate. But like, they're making bread. They made so much bread that day. Like,
I mean, you can just do the Taylor Swift method and shake it off.
Yeah,
I'm sorry for that pun, but I'm not.
yeah.
Um, uh,
But
but I mean, like right around Christmas, that's when people tip higher too, and that's part of the reason how people get Christmas presents, like for their kids and all.
right,
Like that's like they buy it on the last night because you can get a really good deal on certain things sometimes, or it's cheap because it's just cheaper, and then they're also just trying to save up money. And people rely on that, and you just can't take it
right,
away from people.
right.
It should never be the job of the government to say you are not allowed to work. Like,
That is kind of bull, yo. That is like kind of drawn.
yeah, I mean, like
Like you're not allowed to work. Like Tim, like dude.
you, what they should do is say you should have the option not to if you're that scared or if you're in.
Right. Yeah.
You should have the option, but you're not. But you should not be. If you're choosing not to work, you should not be getting a check. If you're making the blatant choice, unless you are in a high risk category, you should be working.
Right.
Like if you're elderly or if you have a bunch of pre-existing conditions, you should be working. It's not a big deal. And you might,
Right.
like I know people that had it and it was not good, but
Like, there was a case in Tim's department. He's stuck at home right now till the 30th. He had to get tested and everything. His test came back negative, but a kid in his department tested positive, and like all but 5 people in the deli had a quarantine.
I thought we weren't supposed to talk about that.
Well, it came out.
Nice.
Yeah,
Hopefully your stepdad doesn't hear this one.
he won't. It's all good. I mean, I'm allowed to like talk about it. I just can't say who it is.
Oh, okay. That's not bad then. Yeah. I the other day I was trying to think of the most absurd car that I could come up with in my mind that like what you would do because on Grand Tour they came out with a new special and Jeremy had this Bentley that he put big tires on like you know those the Hicks that we sometimes used to see at Wawa
Oh yeah.
with the big trucks. It was like those kind of
I-
wheels. It was a green. It was painted like matte green, like an army green type thing. A big push bar. It had a big nozzles that way it could like wade through water like up to like 1.5 meters deep.
Holy crap.
Yeah, it was cool. And I was thinking like, what would be the most like take that idea to another level, but on another car. And I was thinking about like, what if you took like a Lamborghini and did that? Just big tires, a lift
Oh
kit.
my word, yo.
Like
I was found
bulletproof
on my
windows.
way here. There was a big like Ford jacked up that was pretty looked pretty cool. I don't know if it was I couldn't tell if it was a diesel or not, but
of course, you probably have to look at the back just to tell if it's a diesel. You should have heard the whistle of it.
I couldn't hear it. I had music playing and my windows up, so. And it was also
You need to learn the engine notes, Eric.
I was
It's an important life skill.
yeah, facts. No, I had I was driving. There was a car in front of me, and then the truck was in front of the car in front of me, also.
Okay. And it was a Ford, you said?
I think so. Yeah, I think it was like a jacked up F-150 or something like that.
Well, it probably wasn't an F-150 if it's a diesel. It probably was like a 250 or a 350.
Might have been. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it was a diesel. That's what I was just saying.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I couldn't hear it.
I like the idea of diesel. I just don't like the smell of it.
I do. I really like the
See,
smell.
I love the smell of gas.
I do love this. I love the smell of both.
Like especially like a
I
two.
really do.
The best thing is a two-stroke bike. Like
Oh,
that two-stroke with the oil smell in it too, and you smell that oil burning.
right.
It smells great. Especially right after you get the pipe cleaned out. Ooh.
Oh. Or like the old cars. They're the best, dude. Like if you ever
That's
go
a
to a car show,
Yeah.
they're so. Oh my god.
Yeah, well, it's because they didn't have catalytic converters.
Yeah, they smell so good, dude.
Well, yeah, because you're getting all that unburnt fuel through the tailpipe.
Right.
Because do you remember how catalytic converters work, Eric?
Yeah, it burns the fuel into the engine, right? Something like.
No.
All right. Well, you don't need to go nerd like you did on the cop.
Yeah, I want to see if you remembered that.
Oh,
What I said.
platinum, this diamond, whatever. Dude, that was
Platinum, palladium, and then there's aluminum oxides in there as well.
insert cloud emoji. Nah, dude, that was what 6 months ago. That happened in what June?
I thought it was May.
Might have been one of the two. Yo,
Something like-
Colin texted me today. He's like, dude, like, I can't believe it's already Christmas. It just feels like yesterday we were doing Wawa trips every night during quarantine. I was like, I do miss
It
those
do-
days,
yeah,
dude.
me
That was
too.
so much fun.
That was fun. We were just stupid about it. We wasted so much money at Wawa,
I know, like,
but it was
so
good.
much money.
That was when I was getting hazard pay too, and they took it away, and I was like, dang it.
That's when I was getting hazard pay.
I was so happy because they were giving us like $2 for a hazard.
I think I got $2 an hour more.
Yeah.
I went from like 11.
But no, the problem was they cut me down from 20 hours to like 10 hours.
Oh no, I was pumping hours out.
Yeah, because Delhi got hit the hardest, and they were just like, "Oh yeah, you're just gonna work 3 days a week, and then like maybe like 3 or 4 hours a day." I'm
Is
like,
that when you were in seafood?
"No, that was when I was in Delhi
You were
still."
still in Delhi.
Yeah, and then I got transferred over to Delhi because I was trying to get more hours, and then I was there for like 2 weeks, and then they took away hazard pay.
That's beat.
Yeah, and I barely got more hours. I was still only working like 15 hours a week. It was so dumb.
Yeah, it's beat.
And then after they took away hazard pay, then they boosted me up to like 35 hours a week. Not enough to give me a full paycheck though. Not to give me like a full-time wage. Don't work for Weiss.
Yeah.
That's the moral of the story.
See, like the thing, like as much as I complain about Giant, like it is
They
like
just don't
good.
care though.
Like, dude, I'm 38 and a half hours next week. Like, well, they also rely on me in the meat department, so
I mean, are you complaining that you have that many hours?
yes and no. I mean,
I mean, you don't want to work, but like,
I don't want to kill my whole winter break working. But I
Yeah.
also really need the money. But so it
you
is
sound
a
like
trade-off.
you're just torn between these two things. Have money, like I always complain about doing it, or don't work and still complain about money.
Nah, but I do want.
What's the better option here?
I want my I want my winter break. Like I have winter break till January.
Yeah,
till
well,
January.
you also have a summer break. You still worked through all that.
Yeah, I know. I was beat too.
Plus, you had that one class. That was so dumb.
I'm not doing another summer class, dude.
Yeah, I would never do a summer class.
I mean, it did help. Like it paid off in the fall because I didn't have to take it. But like I'm not taking it again. Like no, I'm good.
Yeah, I'll never do a winter class. Sorry,
I'm not.
I would have never done a winter class or a summer class.
I'm not doing a winter class. Nope.
Just not worth it.
No, it's really not.
I mean, like summer is too important. Like, just spend it with your friends. Like, work. Work is great, but then if you have like the evenings and all,
Yeah, and we can go on
and
vacation.
I'm not dealing with this whole working at nights anymore. I'm so done with that.
I hate working at night.
Yeah, that was like I just could not.
See,
stand
I'm lucky.
working
Like
nights.
now, like she gave me a lot of 7:30 to 4s next week. Like tomorrow, I'm doing 7:30 to 4.
I mean, I was working till 10 often,
yeah, I usually work till 8.
or
12 to 8.
9, and like not 9 or, and that was so annoying.
Right.
Like 9 or 10. That's so late,
Dude.
Like I get went in late, but like I want to see my friends.
Right.
Like, my friends are working during the day, and then I'm working at night. When is this supposed to freaking happen?
Right. Yeah. Like, when I used to do it work up front, like they used to have me close almost every night, every time I worked till 11, every single time.
I still remember walking in the front. You didn't you have your mask over your nose, and I was like, "Why aren't you covering your nose?" And you're like, "Shut up." You were irritated that I mentioned it.
What? Wait, I did?
Yeah, I was with Colin, and we walked into Giant, and you were in front end, and you weren't covering your nose, and I was messing with you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
'cause-
man, I forgot about that.
Yeah, because I'm a jerk.
That was the very, very, very beginning.
That was
of
pretty
COVID.
early. I remember I bought a mango and then peeled it with my pocket knife.
Yeah, I think I remember that. Oh my word.
Then Colin got cereal. He got like 9 million things of cereal.
Oh my word.
That was so funny. That was really funny. He bought like 3 or 4 boxes of cereal.
He's so like he chief cereal, bro.
I don't get like, I mean, like I like cereal once in a while. I don't like cereal that much though.
Yeah, facts.
Okay, well, what's your favorite cereal?
My favorite cereal?
Yeah.
I don't know. It depends, cause like I go through phases. Like I think the Captain Crunch berries is really good. I think that's actually pretty good, but I don't know. I really like Cocoa Pebbles. I'd probably have to say they're my favorite.
Cocoa Pebbles are really good.
Oh,
I like.
so good.
So I have 3 things that I go through. You got the double chocolate Crave.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good. The only thing that irritates me about Crave is that even though it looks like it should make the milk chocolatey, it does not make the milk chocolatey.
Really?
No. Even the double chocolate one, where it has chocolate in the middle and on the outside.
How does it not make the?
I
how?
don't know. It makes me irritated.
That makes no sense.
I know. But that one tastes really good. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is really good too.
I'm not a big fan of that.
I like that because it makes the best milk.
It's okay, but it's not. That's not my favorite.
Okay, in my opinion. And then my normal one, if I'm actually trying to eat something like and it stay with me, is those chocolate mini wheats.
Oh, okay.
Frozen mini wheats, because those ones are they actually stay with me for a while, because they're actually really filling.
Yeah.
But like those other 2, I have to eat like 6 bowls, and then in an hour I'm gonna want another.
Nah, see, like with me with cereal, like 1 or 2 bowls is like enough.
Yeah, but the stuff like the Crave or like the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, that'll only hold on for like an hour and a half, 2 hours max.
Right.
The other ones that'll hold on for at least an hour, at least 3.
Yeah.
Depending on how much I eat, but like
I usually do like what I usually do in the morning is like yogurt and granola. That's I don't know. It's like a healthier breakfast, but it's like I don't know. It's still good and it fills me up pretty well.
I mean, like, if I want a breakfast that fills me up, I have eggs. I'll have like 3 eggs or more.
Yeah, I do need to start actually cooking before like
because eggs. I mean, eggs are just not bad for you whatsoever.
Right.
I mean, I think Weight Watchers, after they realized that the cholesterol in it is not bad for you anymore. They put it down to like it used to be like a 1-point food, whatever that means, but now, or it was 2, but they brought it down to 0, so that way you can have as many eggs as you want because they're super low in fat, they're good on protein, and they have lots of vitamins in it, and the cholesterol in it is actually really good for you. Like, it's not good just to eat egg whites. It's good to get the yolk in there with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe tomorrow. I'll work at 7:30 tomorrow. But maybe Sunday I'll whip up some eggs. Like do something good.
Yeah, if you have any kind of like meat, if you have like bacon or whatever, or ham's good, turkey's okay. I like to do it like you have it like there are 3 over easy, and then you put a little bit. Or no, you cook them in the pan first for a little while. Then you just crack the eggs over top of them, and then it goes through around it, and then you fry them.
Oh, so like the meat's inside the egg?
Yeah, the meat's all mixed inside. I don't like them like an omelet, like a normal omelet. That's just boring to me. But then you have the white and the yellow separate, and it's really good. And then put a little Old Bay on it, and then cheese.
Old Bay? Ooh.
So good. So good. Like pepper jack cheese.
Dang.
Now I'm starving. I didn't eat.
I barely eat anything. My mom made like homemade cinnamon buns this morning, so I had 2 of those, and then I was like, I haven't eaten anything else.
I had coffee.
Ugh. I'm not a big coffee guy.
Well, obviously you don't like coffee.
But I mean, it's cool.
You've never really drunk coffee. I've been drinking coffee since I was 6.
I used to like. The funny thing is with me and coffee is like I always used to ask for coffee to like be like cool. Oh, like I'm drinking coffee. I don't know. But now nah. Like I used to think it actually tastes really good, but now because I used to load it up with creamer. But now I
still sometimes do that.
It's still like too sweet for me, and then like.
Well, then you're
like if I load it up with creamer, but then like if I don't put enough in, it's like too. I'm good. I'll just drink iced tea.
It's not enough caffeine. I'll have to make you a What I like to do is what helps get a nice does it just have like a weird taste to it? So the problem is probably the coffee's not strong enough.
Oh, dude, no, their coffee's too strong. They drink so much coffee, dude.
Who?
My mom and Tim.
Most people don't make strong coffee.
They load it. Everybody says they have the strongest coffee they've ever had. It's strong, but that's how they drink it.
What I like to do is because we make our coffee pretty strong. In this house, it's not the strongest, but like, but we have an espresso. So what I'll do is I'll put like I'll grab one of the pods that says it's a double shot of espresso,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll do that and the coffee, and then you put in like the same amount of creamer for the given volume of the total. But that strength of the coffee and the flavor of the espresso with the coffee,
Right.
it cancels out some of the sweet, but it doesn't have that harshness, which is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And if it has a harshness to it, what you should do in the coffee pot is just put a little tiny pinch of salt because it will help relieve. It'll help take off some of that bitterness.
Right.
So yeah, should try. I'll have to let you try it sometime. It's good.
Yeah, I would try it.
I mean, like I can make it and then let you try it, and if you don't like it, then I'll drink it because it'll be what I
The
like.
only like coffee I like is like the fake coffee. Like I
Like the Wawa
nah, like I like to go to Starbucks and get like a
Frappuccino.
yeah, like that's some good stuff. But
That's
other than that,
that's basically a milkshake. That's
that
90% milkshake and then 10% coffee.
like coffee ice cream.
Yeah.
Like that's probably what they use.
I mean, there is such thing as espresso ice cream or coffee ice cream.
Yeah, I know. I've
And
had
that's-
coffee ice cream.
I love espresso ice cream. Oh, it's so good.
Right.
But that's not coffee whatsoever. What I did kind of want to talk about, which I think is kind of interesting, is McLaren has this new car that looks interesting. I think they only made, I think they only made like 20 something, but it's only a U.S. car, which is kind of odd for McLaren because it's a British company.
Right.
But it is, that's the McLaren Senna that I like.
Right. Yeah.
It's like just a little bit more of that.
Right.
Like cooler. It's more pretty looking. Probably a little more radical.
Right.
It's called the McLaren Sabri, I believe that's how you pronounce it.
Oh, let me pull it up for
SAB.
McLaren.
SAB.
SABRE.
Yes.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. It's pretty cool looking. I mean, I'm looking at this one. It's orange and white. It's pretty cool looking, but it has 824 horsepower. It seems, and it's their 4-liter V8 twin turbo.
Right.
It's probably pushing out close to like 30 pounds of boost.
Mm-hmm.
PSI boost for those who don't know. But I would, because I know that I'm pretty sure the P1 with a 3.8 liter, which was making 727 horsepower. 727 horsepower. With the 3.8 liter, I think that was at like 27 pounds of boost.
Right.
But this is a 4-liter, so that it's a little bit bigger of an engine, but it's making, I mean, almost 100 horsepower more.
Mm-hmm.
Jaden, I'm gonna kill you for calling me. I'm not dealing with your call while I'm on the podcast. I know that's why you're calling me.
All right, so here's the car that Christian's referring to. Who's that?
It's Jaden Rittenhouse,
Unreal,
kid from
dude.
youth group, and he's being annoying because he knows I'm live.
So yeah, here's
I'm never answering you while I'm on the podcast, Jaden. And Caleb, that goes for you as well, just for the record. Because I know you're gonna try to do it next.
No, but talk about the car.
Yeah. So I think it's cool.
It looks like a cool looking car.
Are you still on the blue one?
I am.
Go to that one with the white and orange.
White and orange.
It's gonna lag a little bit because I like that white and orange look.
I don't know how I feel about the abrupt front end or back end though.
Yeah.
See,
Well,
I
I mean,
was
like,
very like this, like very. You can't see what I'm doing, but like very
perpendicular to the ground.
Yes.
So basically the idea of that is just because you have these three. So you have those 3 wings. So those are meant to not only stabilize the wing but also channel the air, so that way when it goes around it, it can catch more and it can stabilize the car in the back, and then like you have this massive wing. 'Cause I bet this probably develops because they test their cars at, I believe it's either 150 or 155 miles an hour, and
Right.
the Senna is 800 kilograms of downforce, not pounds. Um, so I'd be willing to bet that this is probably like 900. Like it would not surprise me whatsoever, just because that's McLaren. They just
Right.
kill you with downforce, which I like. Downforce is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that that center bar that goes in the back that connects to the wing.
Mm-hmm.
That is they'll do that sometimes for two different reasons. One, because the the air where you're getting the most amount of downforce is at the edges. It's not in the middle
Mm-hmm. Right.
because air is a fluid, right? So you have the air that travels. It has to travel over the cockpit, but you're mainly getting side air that's on it. That's why like the McLaren, not McLaren, the Ferrari FXXK has the just has the little winglets on the side. It doesn't have it in the middle because that's just more drag. It's not going to actually do much downforce.
Right.
So so that's probably why part of the reason why. So they're trying to get it so that way it flows a little nicer. Then also just trying to strengthen it. I think it's cool that they have it mounted from more towards the cabin though.
That sounded tough.
Yeah, I like it. Um, what I forgot about is the McLaren Elva.
The Elva.
Yeah, it's basically this roadster that there's no roof on it, but
What is it? McLaren.
Elva, ELVA, I believe.
I got you.
But like, if you imagine that this is the car, right?
Right.
And this is the front. There's no roof on it, but you can drive at 70 miles an hour, or like I think up to like 120 miles an hour, without it like blowing your hair around, because in the front of it, it has these things that traps air, and it goes inside and then comes up around. And what that's meant to do is that way the air coming around will meet up with it
Mm-hmm.
and make it go over top of it, and it creates this air bubble so that we don't have this real turbulent air.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it can go like I think it's like close to 220 miles an hour, and doesn't even have a roof on it.
That's pretty tough.
It's really interesting. That I believe is the most powerful. That was the most powerful engine they had in a McLaren up until this Sabri.
There you
But the Sabri beat it because it's the same basic engine, but they probably just turned up the boost a little bit or changed up some cam timing.
go. Right.
I mean, you know what retarded cam timing is, right?
No.
I mean, partially a joke, just because retarded just means
I
slow.
figured the retarded part was.
No. So retarded retarded cam timing is an actual term they use.
Right.
Basically, to slow down the cam timing, when you want the valves to open in order to. Sometimes you will do that so that way, you can make it so that way the valves are open longer. So that way you can either get more fuel and air in, or just can make sure you get all the exhaust out. Like, I mean, if you're trying to get the most power out of a car, you want the cams, keeping the valves open as long as possible, because you're just trying to squeeze in as much air as possible. But like, I mean, like our cars are not gonna like have that though,
Right.
because you'll have these big aggressive cams on it, so way just because they roll over the valve springs,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll have ones that are more rounded, or they'll be just like that and then barely have them rounded, so they don't wear out as much.
Mm-hmm.
But like in most car, it comes more to a point, just because they don't need that. They don't-
Right.
I mean, that's the whole thing with you've heard of VTEC, right?
VTEC, yeah, I've heard of it.
So VTEC is essentially on a double overhead cam car, because you have a cam on each set of valves, right? You have a cam right over the one for the intake and one over for the exhaust.
Mm-hmm.
What VTEC is, when the car's engine computer senses a certain throttle input and then it's above a certain rev range, it will shift the cams over just one notch, and it will shift it to a more aggressive cam. But then also it lets it at low RPM and all, so that way you get good mileage.
Right.
But people talk about VTEC, but I mean it's really not that big of a deal, because VTEC's been around longer than Honda has done it, because VTEC has been done by Alfa Romeo first.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love Alfa Romeo.
Yes, I know. The 33 Shadali.
bro. 33 Shadali is awesome. I don't care. It's a 2-liter V8. Low displacement, high cylinder engines sound so good, and they rev real high.
I'd like to put a 2-liter V8 in my Super Impreza.
I mean, it would be faster. I mean that. I mean,
yeah, obviously I have a 2.4 V4, like,
what?
or Boxer 4.
You have a 2.5.
2.5. Sorry, whatever.
So it's still a smaller engine, buddy,
Yeah, I know.
but it's a higher number of cylinders, which can rev higher.
Right.
That's the whole idea. Because our cars make, I believe it's 171 horsepower. That made, I believe it's 225, 227, something like that.
How much does our cars make?
171.
Ugh.
Yeah, two. Sorry.
So mine's so slow.
Yeah. How's that mic stand working for you?
I don't know. It's kind of.
I wish you guys could see
Like,
this. This is
it's
hilarious.
falling off the table.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's because my dad would not let me tighten it more. He was just like, "No, you're gonna damage the table."
Oh. Hold on.
Because
I got it positioned right now. Hold on.
you didn't push it in far enough. That's why.
That's what she said.
Very appropriate.
There we go. Now we're chilling, boys. All right.
We'll see for how long.
Yeah, facts.
But yeah, not McLaren. Alfa Romeo's done more weird things. Like people like talk about Lamborghini doors. Guess who the first company to do the butterfly doors was? Alfa Romeo.
Alfa Romeo.
I think it was the 33 Stradale that actually was the first one to do that. Yeah, the 33 Stradale. I think it weighed like 1,600 pounds.
That's it. Is that why it was like?
Oh yeah, that's faster than most cars now. Like
Yeah.
I would guarantee you it's faster than most cars on the road. Now it may not be that reliable given that it's an Alfa Romeo. Like you may get there earlier just because it breaks down about 3 times in the same 4-mile journey. But
Are they?
doesn't mean it's not cool.
They're known for breaking down.
Oh yeah. Like if it rains, like you better bet that it's gonna break down basically.
Really?
Yeah, there's all kinds of jokes like he was like I heard that sunshine makes it blow the engine or whatever, things like that. Like just anything like normal things that you just think like cars have gotten so reliable anymore that we don't realize how bad it was for a long time.
Right.
Like the Japanese is what brought reliability up so much. I mean, there's certain Japanese cars I do like. I mean, I really like Toyotas and I really like Mazdas. I don't really like any of the current brands other than those two. Subaru.
I like Subaru. I would totally buy another Subaru.
The only Subaru I want at this point is just a BRC. That's it.
Yeah, I know.
Just because rear-wheel drive, I don't want to deal with the stupid 4-wheel drive, and I'm tired of the CVT.
Why don't you like the 4-wheel drive or the all-wheel drive?
It's boring. I'm tired of the understeer.
Yeah, but like, dude, like if you get a 2-wheel drive car or rear-wheel drive car, like you're screwed in the snow.
No, that's not true. It's harder to do, but you can drive rear-wheel drive in the snow. Why do you think rally cars forever, which is loose surface, and they did snow as well? Why do you think they did rear-wheel drive, not front-wheel drive?
So they can bring the back end around, right?
Yeah, because it works better. It's better. Front-wheel drive is wrong-wheel drive. All-wheel drive, yes.
I hate front-wheel drive, dude. I would never buy another front-wheel drive car.
Yeah, but but what really irritates me about Subaru is because Subaru's reliability is pretty good, but
They have really reliable cars.
well, no, not right now because of their CVTs.
You got a CVT one.
I know. That's how I know.
Don't they have most of them? Don't they have like
Most
the
of the
Forester
regular
and like the Outback and automatic, or are they CVTs too?
Depends. So once you get above a certain horsepower number, it's not smart to have a CVT in a car, just because CVTs are just not reliable enough to handle it.
Yeah.
So some of them have automatics, some of them don't. Like If my mom got any of the other, uh, and if she got any of the other engine size options on that car, because that's when she got it,
Mm-hmm.
it would have any one of them except for the 2.5 liter would have had either an automatic or a manual. Like the 3 liter, no, it was a 3.6 liter Boxer 6. That was a that was an automatic. I think you could get in a manual, but no one got them in a manual. And then there was the 2.5 GT, which was the turbo model, which was basically it was a bigger WRX essentially as far as how fast it was. It was a retuned STI engine.
Mm-hmm.
You could boost it back up to it, but it was like an STI. It was like a WRX for someone that was just bigger.
Right.
Which is kind of like why I would get that. I would get that car.
What's that?
It's a Legacy GT.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
you, I mean, you have the all-wheel drive system. It's basically a big WRX. I don't fit in the
So it's
WRX.
basically my car, just
No, basically my car
but with a stick.
and a turbo.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about like 100 horsepower more.
Oh, so
Almost-
that's where you
almost a hu-
come from, where you say it's a bigger WRX.
Yeah,
Okay.
because WRX is just too small for me. That's the reality of it. Like I can fit in it, but like it's not comfortable.
Yeah, I'm getting one day.
That's fine. I understand that, but I wouldn't. I'm just so irritated because Subaru makes reliable cars, but then they ruin it with those crappy CVTs.
They
'Cause-
do. No,
Because you know who make
my camera just shut off. Hold on.
is it still getting audio?
Yeah, the board's fine. So yeah, we can still talk. What's up, everybody? You just can't see Christian right now, but that's gonna
Probably
get
for the
fixed
best.
Here yeah, it probably is, but hold on.
Why did it shut off? Did it run out of battery?
Might have. I don't think it did, but hold on. I have another battery with me.
I mean, I understand. I mean, I don't know how long we've.
Yep, it's dead.
I mean, we've been live for like what, 45 minutes, or like 40 minutes, something like that. Do you have another battery? Okay. So, but you can't charge it and you can't charge it and use it at the same time.
Charge the battery itself.
That's so dumb.
Yeah, so like you actually have to put like there's a charge and you actually put the battery in it.
That's the most retarded thing.
It's nice though, because then you can just change out the battery.
Yeah, well, you should still be able to do that and charge the battery at the same time. Technology, oh my gosh. But if you didn't bring the other battery, I'm gonna kill you. My gosh. Are we getting any I don't know if we got any chat or anything.
There is no chat.
There isn't?
Golden.
I'm glad you found it.
No, because it doesn't have. I looked at the YouTube and it says that because you made it for kids, it won't have a chat.
How did I didn't think I made it for kids. Public.
I'm so glad I got another battery because.
Oh wait, no, I meant that. It's not made for kids.
Oh, maybe that's why.
Yeah, that was the problem. Don't restrict. No, it doesn't have to be. Okay, that was the problem. Is there a live chat now? I think there should be a live chat available. Allow.
Sorry, guys. I'm bringing the camera back up.
Yeah, I blame Eric. Yes, Eric is here.
Who texted you?
Jaden about 9 million times. And he still can't speak proper English.
Unreal, dude.
I know. And everyone on the internet's going to know forever because it'll be out forever.
I'm going to put. We're still here. I'm just putting the thing back up. There we go.
Okay, there is a live chat now. I finally got the live chat to work. I'm not gonna shut up, Jaden. I'm just doing it just to annoy you now, so you can deal with it.
Sorry.
Sorry for what?
Making noise.
I just turned off your mic, so you won't be able to hear it so much. Yep. It's not. Doesn't look pushed in all the way.
It's pretty good.
Why are you having so much trouble?
Alright, we might be good now.
Oh, I know why you're having so much trouble compared to me.
Why?
Because mine's hanging over here.
Yeah.
It's coming over the table. Not yeah.
Probably why.
Yeah.
Alright, let's try this now. Go ahead.
Maybe what we should try is eventually just move over the table just a little bit and then have it mounted right along there. It might be easier. I am not. I'm just seeing me paused.
I know. Hold on.
Okay.
I just.
Okay, they can still hear us though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
There we go. I got it.
Okay, you hear yourself now?
Yeah. Yo. I am back.
Okay.
Better than ever.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had to turn off his microphone because his mic stand kept falling, and I just realized why that was such a problem.
So yeah, we'll figure it out. We're still working
Something
out the
light.
kinks. Something light. We're still working out the kinks, you know. New camera battery in. We're chilling.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's
All right, so
it's nice that I can still film long enough. Stop playing with it. Just
No. This is the pivot. We're good. All right, we're chilling. So, where were we?
somewhere.
Yeah, facts.
You were talking about something about cars. Oh, the GT.
Yeah.
I just mean the problem with the CVTs is that they get them through a company that Nissan owns. So
Okay.
Nissan owns the company that distributes CVTs for most of the major companies. I mean, like every major company that uses CVTs, except for Toyota, buys them from that Nissan company basically, because most places don't make their own transmissions for the most part, because it's just a lot cheaper for them to buy them from someone else instead of they spend the money to research and develop them.
Right.
Toyota has a really good CVT. That's the only CVT I would ever buy, because those are more efficient and they're actually a lot more reliable because they have a launching gear, so they actually have an actual first gear. They don't just because if you don't know, a CVT you have two cones. One's connected to the engine, one's connected to the wheels or the drivetrain. We'll call it drivetrain because I can't come up with the word. And that allows it so that way it can shift for either more power or more efficiency back and forth. But there's a lot of strain that happens when you're pulling off.
Right.
So what this allows it to do is, because pulling off in a CVT is just slow automatically, so Toyota has made a launching gear to make it feel faster. It's more fun, and then also, make it more reliable. And I'm really happy because I like Toyotas. Toyotas are just really well engineered. They're just, if you're looking for a car to just get you from point A to point B,
Toyota is a very good car.
it's just there. But and I'm glad because they used to be the biggest problem I had at Toyota is they were so boring to look at, and they're actually getting a lot better with that. A lot of their cars look a lot better. Like they look really good. Like I like the look of the new Camry. I like the look of the Corolla. The thing that irritates me, the only thing that looks bad right now, I'd say, is the Prius. Because my biggest problem with the Prius is that it used to be boring looking, which is fine. And, like you just don't have anything.
It literally looks like a refrigerator going down the road.
Yeah,
That's pretty much
but
what
no,
it is.
but the new ones look ugly.
I think
know
what I think is
The one
stupid?
problem is not having any styling, and there's a problem with really bad styling. Now it has really bad styling. Before it had no styling, and I'd rather have no styling than really bad styling.
You know what I hate is like you see how. I'm about to pull it up here on the stream. You see how, like, you see how, like, the front, 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 like, the front You know how like the freaking I hate how the tail lights like go out, like they point out.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking
I
about.
hate that. Like if you guys look right, like this is the back end. This is what I'm talking about. I just think that's so bad. It doesn't look it overall though. Honestly, like
Yeah.
it doesn't look that bad.
Yes, it does. Stop forgiving it.
I would never buy one, but
Like they get great gas mileage. Like the technology is great. Like that's a great idea, and it's been a big deal. And if it wasn't for the Prius, it probably wouldn't have made one of my favorite cars. I guess it's upstairs.
yeah, that's would be my guess.
That was loud.
Your favorite car? What?
One of my favorite cars, the P1.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the P1's a hybrid, which I love the P1 just because the P1 is like the biggest like screw you to the environmentalist movement to me. It makes me really happy. It makes me start to cry just because it's so funny.
Right.
Because basically taking this whole idea of being green, like you had the whole hybrid thing, and it's like, yeah, it was just a hybrid. It's like, but it makes 904 horsepower and makes 600 kilograms of downforce. Like, oh my gosh.
Right.
For those of you that don't know the ratio, a kilogram is about 2.2 pounds. So you're talking about, what, close to like 1,300 pounds of downforce, right? Right around there.
Something I guess.
At 155 miles an hour.
Oh, you're the math whiz.
Yeah, I think it's right around. Yeah, probably right around 1,300.
That is like a nice looking car.
Yeah.
I have it up right now. It looks
Yeah, I
good.
can see it. Yeah, I love the P1. I love that wing because the wing is fully
This
it's
one?
able to fully go back into to the spoiler, just make a normal spoiler. But when it goes up, it has it can either go closed, because like that what you have up right, what I just saw, okay, what I see now is it's on the low mode, normal driving mode, but when it goes up, it's made to get a lot more downforce, and the wing is just so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's like the coated titanium I'm seeing.
Yeah, it's tough.
Heat treated titanium.
Right.
Like Pagani does that on a lot of their exhausts,
Mm-hmm.
and like that's a signature thing, and supposedly it gives it a different noise resonance, which Pagani is also really cool. I do like Paganis very much so. Pagani is one of my favorite car companies
Right.
because they just are so radical.
So tough.
What I like is the probably my favorite car of all time is still the F1 though.
Really?
Yeah, McLaren F1, 1993.
1993 P1.
No, F1.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, word. That's tough.
Yeah, the greatest car of all time. Period. I mean that. You know what I mean when I say naturally aspirated, right?
Yeah.
No turbos or no superchargers.
Right.
That car is the fastest production car ever. Naturally aspirated. No, Eric, that's an F1 car. That's a Formula. That's a Formula One
I was literally
car.
about to say, like, dude,
That's
is
a Formula
I was
One car,
literally
not the
about-
F1.
There it is. I got it.
I don't believe you.
I got it. Just give it a second. No, I figured.
No. McLaren F1. Type in McLaren F1. There's lag. I just got it. Okay. It's not my fault the stream lags so much.
No, you're good. No, but no, I figured.
Yeah. This car had I believe it was a 6.1 liter V12 that made right around 650 horsepower. They got the engine was sourced from BMW, and this car was the fastest car in the world for 12 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean that's fast. That's longer than a while, because I think what beat this, I think it was a Bugatti. I think it was the predecessor to the Veyron,
Right.
or either that or it was the Jag. But this held that title for 12 years, and it was naturally aspirated, which means there's no turbos, no superchargers, and it's just was really fast. It had a center seating position, so that way it was like a race car, because basically if you have one of the major problems with a steering wheel and the pedals is
Mm-hmm.
that they're always going to be slightly angled because they're trying to go to the engine, right? But
Right.
when you're in the center, then they'll be directly straight, so that way the driver input is perfect. Then plus you have better visibility as a driver, and then it also made it so that way they didn't have to switch it back and forth depending on what country they're selling it in. Interesting about this though, like people made a big deal about certain cars. They didn't have a seat mechanism under them, so they could sit lower, and then they adjust the pedals and the steering wheel instead.
Mm-hmm.
This car, you could not adjust the pedals, the steering wheel, or the seat.
Wow. Ha.
They tailor made the cars for you.
Wow. So they basically.
Yeah, and I wish I had one just because, and then I just tell, oh yeah, sorry Julia, you're just too short.
Yeah.
I would tell people that all the time too.
Yeah, no.
I would do that so much because I'd be such a jerk with it. I'm like, yeah, sorry, I'm 6'2", you're too short.
I'd figure out a way to drive it.
You wouldn't drive it. I wouldn't let you drive that thing if I had one.
Why?
McLaren F1. Do you know how much they're worth? They were about $1 million. They were close to $1 million in today's money when they were new.
You wouldn't even let me drive it at all.
It's worth $10 million. If I was,
Hard.
if I, if I was,
Bro, if you had enough money to buy that car, you would have enough money just to buy another one. Like it's just one of those.
they're not making any more.
All right, well.
There was only like there was like a little over 100 made.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I actually didn't know that.
yeah. I figured you didn't know that.
I-
Yeah, it's the greatest car ever. You think they made 9 million of them? No, it's not like they made as many as them as even a Prius
Really?
or a Tesla. Tons more Teslas than this.
Well, yeah.
I mean, like, and I'm pretty sure Elon Musk crashed one. By the way, he used a daily one.
Really?
Yep.
Must be nice just to daily drive this car.
Yeah. Well, they're supposedly pretty nice on the inside, but there's no anti-lock brakes, no traction control. I mean, it was 1993. They didn't have all that
Right.
stuff yet.
Mm-hmm.
But just really cool car.
That is a cool car.
Yeah, really fast. I mean, the only difference, thing that keeps this car from being as fast as a lot of modern supercars is braking technology wasn't there, and then tire compounds have gotten it's just so far ahead. Like car tire compounds have gotten so much better.
Right.
Like, I mean, there's even the tires on my dad's car. Or he has a Grand Sport Corvette. Those tires are a lot better than the most expensive tires you could get back in 1993.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, because I guess now
those
they have
tires are expensive, but they're not like.
yeah, because now they
crazy.
have the technology to make better tires.
Well, yeah, well, tires have gotten better and better. I mean, originally tires were white, because they didn't put carbon in the tires. That's like, have you ever seen white walls?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So the original idea behind white walls was, it was cheaper to make them because you would put the carbon into the tire because the carbon would give it that black color, and that keeps it from when it's hot and get really sticky and like leave stuff on the road. So they put this carbon in it, and that way it would the tires would last a lot longer.
Right.
So then they would just put it on the edge where you needed it, and then eventually it became a fashionable thing, and that's why tires are black. But tires just gotten consistently better over the years. It's just
Well, yeah, because technology developed.
yeah. I think I heard it was like in F1 tires for F1 as in Formula 1 tires, not in the McLaren F1. I think because modern tires they use about 40% real rubber. I believe it's right around natural rubber, not synthetics. But in F1 tires, I think it's like 10 or 15%. Which is
Oh, shoot.
yeah. I mean, because synthetic stuff is better. It's just expensive as all get out.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, synthetic stuff is often really, because they're purposely building it for that,
Mm-hmm.
which is the idea. Like, you don't get, you have carbon fiber compared to metal. Like, metal's strong, but it's heavier.
Right.
Even aluminum, which has a stronger strength to weight ratio than steel. It's just craziness.
Right.
Like that car, I think it was almost all carbon fiber. One of the cool things, the engine in it developed so much heat, they had to plate it with gold.
Oh shoot.
Gold, 24 karat gold. They had to plate it with just to keep the heat down.
Dang.
Yeah, and I think that was one of the first carbon fiber monocoque chassis ever put in a car.
Really?
Yeah, I believe so. Uh, yeah, just an amazing car because it was so. I want to say, I can't remember how much it weighed. Hold on, I'll find out. 2,500 pounds.
Okay.
That's light.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for a supercar, that's really light. I mean, that was. I mean, I guess that technically was the first hypercar. Um, I mean, you got to think. I mean, like my dad's Corvette is right around uh 3,000 pounds.
Oh
3,500
really?
pounds. Yeah. Uh, and it makes 465 horse. This car makes 600 something, like close to 650 horse, and it weighs 600 pounds less.
Dang.
That's fast.
Uh-huh.
Um, it's just, I just think that car's so cool, and plus I love the top mounted intake and all. Uh,
I'm sorry. What? This is
the F1.
the F1. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's so cool, dude.
yeah,
Uh,
like they actually put a TR, which was the racing variant of the F1, which was basically just an F1 that they put race tires on and a wing,
huh.
and they stripped out the seats, the rear seats and all, and they
Right.
put a roll cage in it just to make it a little bit stiffer, a little bit lighter. But that's not a ton. I mean, they tuned the suspension a little bit too, but it's not like they put a different engine in it, and they took that racing, and the thing was fast, and because McLaren started off as an F1 team, it was just a racing team. Uh, but I had a slot car that was an F1, and I thought it was like the coolest thing because
Mhm.
it was my fastest car at the time I had. Uh, slot car that is. But I really liked McLaren's because of that, and then also what made me fall in love with McLaren's my favorite car company, and what made me fall in love, I had this game. It was back. Racing game.
I've definitely played it.
It's a good racing game, but the first actually cool car I got was McLaren. It
Oh
was
really?
it was the MP4-12C,
Uh huh.
which was their first. Which was because they made the F1. They sold it for a few years. Then they basically went dormant for, I think back in, it was right around 2010. I feel like where they brought back that car, where they brought a new car back, which was the MP4-12C. Um, which was a great car. It was really fast. It was meant to basically beat the 458,
Right.
and in every measurable way, it was better. Um, what's called anti-roll bars, right? You know what those are?
No.
So you have, so with independent suspension, you have the things that move up and down, the suspension.
Right.
One thing to connect those in order to help stabilize the car, because when you go through a corner, you're going to get body roll. To
Right.
help limit body roll and help keep the car more planted, um, it will they use things called anti-roll bars, and they're basically they work like a spring,
Right.
and they connect the suspension setups. So this doesn't have that. Most cars have this, but instead of using anti-roll bars, it uses electronics to make it so it's perfectly flat all the time, and it makes it so that way all the wheels are fully independent of each other, fully
Right.
independent. Car, because I mean, like the 458 was about as fast as an Ferrari Enzo or a Ferrari F40 F50,
Right.
no,
Yeah.
F60. I'm losing my mind. Yeah, it was the Ferrari Enzo was considered to be the F60, but they named it the Enzo because I think he was not that long after he died. Enzo Ferrari, the guy that founded Ferrari.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the jerk. He was actually known to be a very big jerk.
Really?
Yeah. You know why the reason why Lamborghini was started?
Why is that?
So Lamborghini was a tractor company, right?
Okay, I actually didn't know that, but
Yeah. And this guy, Ferruccio, I believe is pronounced, Lamborghini, didn't. He was buying Ferraris because he was really wealthy. He had this tractor empire, and the tractors were not being. Uh, and he was buying these cars from Ferrari, like the 240 GTO, one of the prettiest cars of all time.
mm-hmm.
Uh, it's up there. But basically the clutches were always giving out, and like they were so unreliable because they were basically race. They were uh,
I could say I own a Lamborghini.
you would do that too, actually.
I probably would.
Know who would do that though? For sure, Colin.
Yeah, I figured.
Uh, like he would definitely do that. Yeah, bro, I have a Lamborghini. Oh yeah, like a Huracan or an Aventador. No tractor. uh, but yeah. So these cars were terrible, and uh, Ferruccio Lamborghini confronted Enzo, and he basically told him to piss off, and he didn't want to hear his crap. Uh, and then Lamborghini was like, okay. He sent a bunch of engineers to work on the Ferrari that he had, one of his Ferraris, and they made it a bunch better, and they made it a lot more reliable, and they made it faster even.
Right.
And he got mad, so he started his own car company. That's why Lamborghini got started, because basically Enzo Ferrari was a jerk.
Dang.
Yeah. Like he just did. The only thing he cared about in life was racing, essentially. Like the guy loved racing.
Right.
I mean, the first car company that he was working with was Alfa.
Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, the first time ever a Ferrari badge was put in a car was on a Ferrari. The Ferrari badge was ever put in a car was on an Alfa Romeo,
Mm-hmm.
which is interesting. Well, it is almost 3 o'clock.
Yeah, I should probably head home.
We should
'cause I
probably get ready to wrap this thing up.
Yeah. It was fun, dude.
Yeah, I'm glad we got to hang out for the day and
Finally do a
Yeah.
podcast.
get
go
another
live.
podcast out because we need the
Yeah, facts.
videos.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad we got to do it. It was fun. We got to talk.
Yeah, got to talk about a bunch of
I
stuff.
got to rant,
Yeah.
which was needed. I needed to get it out of my system. Now I won't need to yell at my sister or anything, or my mom or my dad.
Yeah,
'cause
don't
I already
do
get-
that.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Only yell. Let me think of of the MGK line in Rap Devil. I was like, Dad's always cooped up yelling at the mic. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas. It's been fun, and
Yep.
we'll catch you on the next one.
Yep.